Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to yet another video. This is the part 2 of my last video where you learn the basics of videography in less than just 5 minutes. If you haven't watched that one, go check that out. This video will be slightly more advanced where you will learn how to use that basics and become a pro. So without wasting time, let's start the video. White balance is the settings to make the whites look white. If you make the whites look white, the other colors will automatically be balanced. Nowadays, most cameras auto white balance is near perfect and very reliable. But if you can control the white balance manually, you will be ahead of a lot of people very quickly. It is measured in Kelvin. It is like the temperature of the video. It starts from 2500 and ends at 9000. 2500 is the warmest and 9000 is the coldest light temperature. If you match the light source temperature with the white balance of the camera, the white will look white. Let me give you an example. See this white color. It looks yellow, right? Or I might say warm, because the light source is daylight temperature, which is 5600 Kelvin, and the white balance set in the camera is higher than 5600 Kelvin. It makes the scene warm. If I change it to 5600 Kelvin, now it looks white and the other colors also look natural. If you are in a fluorescent bulb setup, which Kelvin temperature is 3000 Kelvin and everything looks yellow because we are at 5600 Kelvin, just dial down the white balance and it will look natural. Just try experimenting with it. You can create looks just using white balance. It's that powerful. Now you might ask, how can I know the color temperature of the light source? There are light meters for that. But remember this chart, 5600 Kelvin is daylight. Consider it as the middle point. Set your camera to 5600 Kelvin first, then look at the scene. If it looks warm, just dial down until it looks normal, and if it's colder, dial up the white balance. In simple words, they are filters for your footage. At the time of capturing, the camera will see the footage like this, add a filter on top of it and store it in the memory card. The filters are baked in, so you cannot change the colors that much. If you don't want your camera to add filters, there is a one picture profile called log. You will get the raw information of the footage and change as you wish. There are multiple tools built into your camera to let you know you are overexposed or underexposed. One of the common one is the exposure meter at the bottom of your display. It shows you how much you are overexposed or underexposed. If you are at center 0, you are perfectly exposed. There are generally two types of focus. Autofocus, where camera will automatically decide which subject to focus on, and manual focus, where you manually turn the focus ring to the subject to focus. So why would you choose manual focus over autofocus, right? Where it's so easy. The problem is you don't know where it will focus next. You cannot have this kind of shot with autofocus where the focus is locked. The autofocus will jump back and forth. Prime lens has only one focal length, where zoom lens has multiple focal lengths. So you can say zoom lenses have multiple prime lenses inside it. For example, like this is a 11mm prime lens, so it has only one focal length, which is 11mm. On the other hand, the one I am shooting with is a 24-70, so with this zoom lens you can have 24, 35, 50 and 70mm focal length. So you can have only one zoom lens and can have all the focal lengths within that range. In videography, you will heard a term called ND or ND filters. It is a dark filter attached in front of the lens. It's only for if there is a lot of light or if you are shooting outside. As you know from the last video, the frame rate and shutter speed are fixed. The ISO will be low as there is already a lot of light. So the only way you can lower the brightness is through aperture. But if you want the background blur to look cinematic, you cannot increase the aperture as well. In that scenario, you have to use the ND filter to make it darker and look cinematic. It's very helpful and very necessary in videography. Okay, we are at the end of the video. By the way, in this video, I used very basic terms to make it easy to understand. So pro filmmakers, don't quote me on that. So if you like this video and want more videos like this, let me know in the comment section. Hit that like button and consider subscribe. It will motivate me to come up with new videos like this because there is a lot to cover. If not, then this will be the last video on this topic. See you in the next video. Peace.
I'm a videographer and I'm on the verse, so when I shoot my shot, I don't know I'm gonna take the shot, take the shot, take the shot.